Good afternoon, class. Today what I'd like to do is to continue the series of videos on chemical bonds by going into today ionic bonds. So first I will go over the definition and then an example of what an ionic bond is. So to define it, an ionic bond is any time that two atoms come together and one atom takes an electron from the other one. Essentially chemical theft or electron theft. However, this is perfectly reasonable in terms of how the motivations of some of the other atoms out there. Some of them actually want their electron to be taken, so we can debate whether it's theft or not. But in the case now, you might also be wondering, why would this be a bond? Because if one just takes an electron from the other one, that doesn't seem to be a bond. They're not sharing anything. But they are in terms of their electromagnetic attraction to each other, because one is now more electrically charged, negatively, because it has an extra electron, and the other one is now more positively charged because it has less electrons than protons. So they're both going to actually stay together. So if you have the two elements, while one ripped an electron from the other one, they both are going to float around staying together because of their electromagnetic attraction to each other. However, this also means that these ionic bonds are by definition a little bit weaker than covalent bonds, because as soon as something else comes by to get the more positively charged atom to bond with something else, it will leave. It has no problem doing that, because it's only staying together because of the electromagnetic attraction and not because of pairings or electron pairings at all. So in my example, what I'm going to use is sodium chloride, or table salt. And so the elements that make up sodium chloride are sodium, Na, and chlorine, Cl. So for this one, I wrote the sodium with its valence electron one valence electron with an X, and the chlorine valence electrons with dots. So when you combine them, what happens is the sodium atom basically says, please take my electron. I don't want this valence electron. The chlorine atom, on the other hand, says, give me your valence electron. I want it. And so the chlorine atom basically rips the electron from the sodium atom. Sodium atom is happy, although it is now positively charged, so it's going to float around very close to this chlorine atom, whereas the chlorine atom pulls that electron really tightly, so now it is basically complete. It has fulfilled the octet rule, but it carries a negative charge, which is why the sodium atom stays close to it. So this would be an example of an ionic bond. This would also be, because this is sodium chloride, this is considered a salt. In general, salts occur because of this kind of pairing, and so they are ionic and generally therefore a little bit on the weaker side when it comes to the strength of the overall bond. Next time, what I'm going to go over are covalent bonds and how they're different in terms of how they are formed, but you'll probably see a few similarities in how they're formed. So good luck in your studies, and may the force be with you.